Okay, so we're now on the map view. So what is the map view? Let me just show you. So in this tutorial, you'll learn how to implement the DJI mission. There are, depending on what machine you're using, there's different types of missions. So with a DJI Mini, which is what we're kind of targeting here, you use virtual sticks. But with anything from a Mavic Pro above, Phantom 4 even, you use waypoint 1. And so you're limited to, I think it's 70 waypoints, 69 waypoints. And then waypoint 2, which is used with the M300, you would have unlimited waypoints. But we're going to use virtual sticks, which is, so we don't just give it a list of waypoints, we basically tell it where to fly. But this is what it looks like. So you have waypoint 1, waypoint 2. Where's it going to fly? If you do start, it's going to fly. So you connect your Android device to the remote controller using the USB cable and run the application, and then we're going to use the DJI Assistant 2 simulator and press start simulating. So a tiny red aircraft will appear on the map in your application, and then if you press the locate button, the map view will zoom into the region you're in and will center the aircraft. So we're going to press add and tap on the map where you want to add waypoints, and if the mission gets uploaded successfully, press the start button to start the waypoint executing. So you should see the aircraft move towards the waypoints you set previously in the map view, and at the same time you should be able to see the Mavic Pro take off and start to fly in the DJI Assistant simulator, whichever one you're using. So this is the map view. I am going to look at using the Mavic Mini Map README. So that's the small one. So we're going to open Android Studio. It's going to take a few seconds because I just killed it. This is using Chipmunk, so pretty recent. Although I think it's on Dolphin now, so it's fairly recent. But I'm going to say new project, empty activity. What are we going to call it? It's down here. MapView demo. Come on. Remember that you have to have your own package here. Go to the developer.dji.com to go get your own key, your API key. And then on top of that, we're going to use the Mapbox SDK. So you're going to have to go to Mapbox. You're going to have to go and get add the Mapbox SDK as a dependency. And then we are going to have to add the default public token to our strings.file, and then our private token will be in the settings.gradle file. First thing we need to do, if this is done, it's not done yet, it always takes a while, especially first time out. Then we're going to go to the Android manifest, same kind of things as we do before. Shouldn't be any surprise to you if you've done the previous 3 examples. We have all the different permissions. We have our USB accessory as well. Okay, so we're in. So what I said I was going to do first, we're going to go to strings, values, strings. Okay. We're going to Android manifest. We are going to go in our build.gradle. Our target SDK is 30 again. We can't go above that just yet, not using the 4.x version of the SDK. Okay. the normal SDK and the UX SDK, and we have our map box in here too as well. Then I'm not going to sync it just yet. Because I want to do the other Gradle file. Tell it where to go to get everything, where to get the Mapbox SDK from Maven. And then with our Gradle.property, and then this is where we put our other Mapbox token, our private one. And then replace everything in settings.gradle with the following. It's easier to do this. Okay, now we can do a Gradle sync. Always takes a little bit. Even on a fast connection, it's always going to take you a while. Okay, I'm going to add my keys while I'm waiting for this. Almost there. Okay. All right. Rightio. Okay, XML file. So we have our colors file. Colors. How many drawables do we have this time? So we've got a round button disable, round button normal, round button pressed. Might want to take a shortcut on that too. Okay, so round buttons, and then we need our accessory filter. Although, if you're going to use a Mavic Mini, we're going to need the original one, which had 4 instead of just the 3 here. But let's try that anyway. What's it called again? Accessory filter.xml. Code. Okay, all good. I'm just gonna go get the round buttons now. Copy them across, so Say yes, thank you very much. Okay, and then I have all my buttons in there now. I just copy them from the GitHub repo because I don't need to go recreate them. Right, let's go and create ourselves a new M application. So we go Java, content.demo. Let's go new Kotlin class file. We are going to call this M application. No, that's not what I wanted. Capital A. Right. Oops, that's not right. Be careful when you're copying, because I've noticed that I put the package name in, and I don't think you need that in a lot of cases, because you're probably going to have your own. Okay, and then we need a DJI demo application singleton class. Come again. Oops, just did it again. Let me. So what does this do? Get product instance, get camera instance, get flight controller, and get gimbal. So it's used to store DJI SDK related objects. Now we need a connection activity. Okay. This is making sure we have all the right permissions, setting up the user interface, connection status, product. So guessing this is the first page. Yep. Yeah, obviously it's the connection stuff. We don't have the layout set up, so it's going to fail on that. We need a connection view model. Yep. So on products, this is the lifecycle stuff. We need our activity connection.xml. Our layouts. Okay. Main activity, so we need our activity main. It's a constraint layout this time. Actually, I usually like to do this. So when I do this with activity connection, if it works, I just do the design so I can see which page it is, and then we know what page it is, or activity main. So it's just one button in the center now, which is going to be, it says waypoints, but it's not, it's virtual sticks. I really should change that. I will later. Next, copy aircraft.png and IC launcher PNG files from the GitHub sample project to the drawable folder. So, okay, let's do that too. Where are you? Okay. Okay. We already did the Android manifest, so we should be okay. So edit the main activity KT, so this is just pointing to waypoint 1. And we haven't got a waypoint 1 activity yet, so we're going to do that. See that right? Okay. And this is what the main activity is going to look like. So we have a Mavic Mini Mission Operator.kt. DJI drones do not support automated waypoints. We'll create our own automated waypoint system using DJI virtual sticks. Virtual sticks allow us to send input to the drone as if the remote controller had sent them. Initialize the flight controller, initialize the gimbal, take a photo, load the mission, pause the mission, upload the mission, start the mission. Okay, rotate the gimbal down. I always want it down. And then really all we're doing is we're just basically figuring out what the distance is based on what it is and just telling it to go to that waypoint. As if it came from the remote controller. Okay, so this is our Mavic Mini Mission Operator.kt. I put a waypoint in there, did I? I do not want to do that. Not a waypoint, a breakpoint. Too many points. Okay. So we set a listener for the gimbal, create these drone related functions, take photo, load mission, upload mission, start mission, execute mission, and stop mission. Create an observer to check the distance between waypoints, set movement commands, send movement commands to the drone, create a class for handling sending virtual stick commands to the drone. Okay, so now we need a waypoint1 activity.xml. What's that called? That's called activity waypoint1. Let's have a look at the code. Let's see what it looks like. So this is basically all the stuff that's at the top. That's going to be rotated. So, you know, locate, start, mission, all those things. The XML file, we implement the following UI, create a linear layout to show a text view with GS demo title and put it at the top. Create 2 lines of buttons, locate, add, clear, config, yada yada. Lastly, we create a MapView fragment in place at the top of the bottom. Furthermore, open the Android manifest file and ensure the following waypoint activity element exists within the application tag as shown below. I'm sure it does, because we just copied it. Okay, so that's our activity waypoint. It's going to have this map within the GS demo. For the configuration dialog, so that's the where you want it to go, what do you want to do afterwards, all the actions. It's the pop-up that we saw earlier. We want to call this dialog waypoint setting. So this is this pop-up here. What you want to do. Okay, and then we want to implement the waypoint activity. So this is on create, on map ready, on map click, mark waypoint. Really straightforward. Mapbox is great. Get waypoint mission operator, init flight controller, update drone location, so it redraws it. Clear waypoints, start waypoints, so all the buttons, what they do. Show settings dialog, alert builder, config waypoint mission, camera update. So set the simulator location coordinates and simulated drone lat and simulated drone long variables. Register map clicks for waypoints, added button to send commands or interact with the map, created waypoint missions and send commands to the drone. So this should be in waypoint1 activity.kt. So I wonder, did we do everything correctly? Let's see. the look of my DJI demo application. It's an object DJI. Is that what it is, really? What happened with that? That was early in the process, wasn't it? Yeah, it's an object. It's a singleton class. Okay, so it's probably okay. I'm just going to build this first just to make sure it runs, because I can't show you what it looks like on my phone because we're not connected to the screen. Let's see if any weird errors. Don't update. Make sure that you're running a well, let's do a Gradle 7.3.3 or below. Okay, so things that you look out for. You got to look out for the USB. We want to add more items to the accessory filter. Otherwise, it's not going to pop up when you put it in your phone. You can still run it, but it's not going to pop up. What else do we need to look out for? We need to make sure that you've got your own public and private keys in the. Let me do projects so I can make this more obvious. So in Gradle properties, there's a the secret key, and then the public key is in. This is from Mapbox source, main, resources, values, strings should be in there. What else we got to look for? A lot of people seem to forget to change settings of Gradle. That causes a lot of issues. A lot of people forget to put the enable Jettifier in Gradle properties. That causes issues. Most of the issues are probably caused by having the wrong SDK in here. So if you're using SDK 32, it's not going to work. If your target SDK version or 31, it has to be 30. It's not work otherwise. Multi-dex enabled equals true. Yeah, if you have problems with this, it really helps if you go through the earlier versions. And then you got to make sure that your application ID, com.reese.mapviewdemo, or whatever it is, com.name of your company .mapviewdemo, is the same bundle as what you did when you went to developer.dji.com to get your to create your own app key. If you don't remember how to do that, go back to the registration example and show you how to do that there. That's a lot of the problems that I found, is just the application ID does not map the DJI API key in the Android manifest. And what happens is when you open it up, it's going to go to the internet to check to see if the two of those, if the bundle name, the package name, and the API key are correct. Android link failed. Okay, so what do I get? I got a theme issue. Okay, so it's Android manifest. I think I already know what that is. That was a mistake. I'm going to change that now. So if I go to here and I have a look at my themes, values, themes, I just think it's a spelling thing. MapView demo, it's Android manifest, said it wrong. Typo. Okay, let's clean project. Make project. By the time you get to this, I'll have it fixed. Hopefully that's the only thing that's wrong. Okay, why is this giving... Really? Okay. Okay, so I have the wrong one in there. So my guess is I added the wrong one there. Let's get rid of that. See if I can get it to let me make that choice again. Okay, let's do... Let's try build that again. Clean project. And then build, make project. Oh, I know what this is. So basically what I'm here is, this is adding the simulator. So for the Mavic Mini 2, you can't, it won't simulate the app view because you can't, if you use the DJI assistant for Mavic Mini 2, all you can get to see is the log files. However, if you use this command, so comment and uncomment the following code block is needed, used for simulating drone and app, the simulating will work. It's just a slightly different version, and it's pretty ugly, but it works. And anything's to make sure that we don't have go out and fly it in the cold or the wet or the snow. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. I knew I needed to mention something. Sometimes errors are serendipitous, so this is the one. Got this from one of my developers. Not exactly 100% sure where they got it from. Probably just one of the forums. And yeah, everything built, so there you go. Enjoy, let me know if you have any issues.